Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Judith Plains, Montana 4X. How's it going there, Mr. Dead Soul, Mr. Andy the Farmer Material? Welcome in, and anybody else out there looking already. But yes, welcome in. So we are into October, finally. And yes, just get this grass field sorted out. I purchased this last month and never actually did anything with it. It's still growing, which is kind of weird. I also mentioned this yesterday, is when I purchased it, it was actually, hey Mr. Shoddy, thank you very much for that thought. How you doing, buddy? Oh. Dang, that's loud. Yikes, that must be Mr. Jers. How you doing, Mr. Jers? Welcome in as well. So yeah, I actually bought that field. For some weird reason, when I purchased it, it was saying, it was ready to harvest. I bought it, and it changed over to just being cut type thing, so they're odd. So I've got to wait for that to get a little bit bigger. But all my fields at the minute, I've just whizzed around quickly, the ones I currently own, and are planted. They're fine with the lime, fine with fertilizer, so I can kind of leave them alone. I've got one field by the train silo, a big one, I can't remember the number of it, where is it? 82. That is the only one that needs to be planted. Hey, Mr. Wills, how you doing, buddy? But yes, if you guys are not following Mr. Jers, Mr. Wheels, or anybody else, make sure to click on all of their links, give them a follow. But yes, how is everybody this fine hump day today? Obviously, Mr. Jers says he is doing good, which is nice. I need to get my, I need to check those bales, see if they're ready and fermented yet, the ones I got from the contract. And yes, I do have chickens in my field again. What the heck? Yeah, I'm kind of debating on just selling off that chicken barn up here and getting a base game one put down. We'll see. Got plenty of places ready. So been a little, well, not as busy with real life actually today. But was able to get out I was able to get in, I should say, on the computer this afternoon. Got a few things sorted out, which I will cover in a little while once I get this in here. I need to get a fertilizer spreader as well. Get that in a sec. Oh. Disconnect. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong things. There. Don't you just hate when that happens? Sorry, come on. Thank you for checking. Oh yes, Mr. Wheels has been putting his little videos out, isn't he? So, pretty warm at your place today, is it? Yeah, it's been pretty warm here. We've got another heat wave to this week. Fourth one, I believe. Mr. Shoddy's in the house with the chicken hands. Get those emotes in chat, guys. Go. I'm going to do a bit of fishing and think or two. Go. You know you want to. Get in there. I'm not going to do what Mr. Farmer Mark does by putting the camera on and start jiggling around. He can do that himself. I like the lazy option, just go like this, few emotes, I do. But anyway, yes, so a little update will be coming this Friday. Now it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to use these, but I did go through, I've got the seed maker and the solid fertilizer maker sorted out. They now are warning and error free on any map. Obviously I'm running them here, I've run them on the base game, Riverbend. Worked fine. I just ended up taking out the compost and got this up and running. It's exactly the same as it was before. The only thing I can't get working is this to change. Not quite sure what's going on. Same with the seeds, with the grains there. But what I did do with the seeds, obviously, it's actually in the mod description for the seed maker. There's using grains and herbicides to make seeds. But yeah, on rivers, for some weird reason, I never actually added the herbicide, so I've had that in now. So it's a tiny little bit of herbicide is being used on the grains. I may actually just drop that down to 1 so it lasts a lot longer. But yeah, to make your seeds, you're going to need wheat, barley, oat, sorghum, rice, long grain rice, stuff like that. Not going to add in any extras for the minute. but I might do some testing when I'm offline later today. Add a few of the crops up here to see if they cause any issues on like the base game map, for example. So we'll see. Yeah, so it'd be nice if I could change this just to say what is actually going into it, but it's exactly the same as one on rivers, but obviously we've got the herbicide added now, and obviously it's solid. We'll take manure, slurry, digestate to make the solid fertilizer. May change it up to just being manure. I haven't decided yet, but there is those options anyway. Nice thing is, where the farm is, we've got the BGA right behind us, so could get some digestate fairly quickly. I've got some cows going, yes. So that's been sorted out, because I do like the individual ones. I know Mr. Farmarks prefers the combined process station, where it does the seed and the salt fert in one. I like them separate, personally. That's just me. So going on from there, so what I've done today is I'm going to talk while I'm going up. I've got traffic coming through. So modding wise, for coming out on Friday, I have added in containers into the juice factory now. There's a new spawn area set up, and I've actually moved the pallets from spawning where they were to just to the left a little bit, and then I've got the containers actually spawning where the pallets were originally spawning. Obviously same thing as the tobacco factory. You will need metal to make the containers along with the actual product, and you will get a little bit extra when you sell via a container. That's done. I've actually tested that on Riverbend. Works great. The only thing I haven't tried yet is the selling of the container, but obviously it's the same type of container as the tobacco, so it should in theory sell fine. In addition, I've also set up the Pepsi factory to output containers as well. I haven't tested it yet. I may jump over and do some testing live on the stream so you guys can see where things are going to be spawning out when you guys do get it. I will try and add containers into the coffee factory as well before Friday, so you got at least something for a bit of an update to the mod pack. I don't know if anybody's actually started using them yet. I know Farm Marks has them down and he's been testing them, so we shall see. Yes. Obviously, if you want to use them, you can use them. If you don't have to. So that's the whole point. But yeah, if I can show them off through the streams, great. I think that's it so far. Can't think of anything else. The only other thing I have been doing is playing around with my Amazon spreaders, trying to make them use a little bit less product. I think it's working. I have no idea. This is obviously the first in-game year, so lime usage is going to be up because of precision farming, stuff like that. And obviously it's got to be next in-game year I start seeing hopefully a difference. Let's see, so we want a fert spreader. Now I'm umming and ahhing about the liquid fertilizer maker and the herbicide. I'm not quite sure what I'd be using for them. Obviously I could take the slurry and digestate out of the solid maker and put it into just the liquid, because obviously on rivers we had things like compost, we had what was it, soap, we had the charcoal, stuff like that, which isn't as yet in here, so I don't know whether to do them simply by using slurry and digestate, but I'm still not sure about how to do the herbicide yet. And Andy the Farmer, thank you very much for the 175 stream streak. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so not sure. To be honest, I don't really use the liquid one that much. It's more the solid that I tend to use. So I'm probably going to just carry on using this, so I don't know. We shall see. I don't want to go too much, maybe triple. That'll do. We'll buy that. And I need to figure out how much it's going to cost. 96 litres. 96,000, so I can cheat it and it makes life easier than constantly buying pallets. But let's see. 96, so I'd need 96 of them. Yikes. Calculator. 1920 times 96,000, so that'd be 96 bags technically. Whew. That can't be right. 184,000. I think I might just do the 20 bags for the minute worth. Let's clear that. So let's do 1920 times by 20 bags. That'd be 38,400. That's a little bit better. I can do that. It's only 1,000 per bag, so okay. Yikes! I didn't expect it to be that much. See, this is the thing when you actually play on a map and you're constantly making your own fertilizer and stuff like seeds like this. You don't realize just how much it really costs. It's crazy once you get onto a map and you have to start making things yourself. Right, attach. I don't think there's a PTO, so we're good there. We'll lift you up. And so 20 bags worth, so it's coming to here. It's going to be solid fertilizer. Actually, no, it would be 9 bags. 9,600. I miscalculate that. So that'd be 9 bags. We'll do 10 bags then instead. I can just feel that then. Duh. So 10 bags. Well, let's try that again, shall we? Because I completely screwed that up. Yeah. Okay, so 19. Let's just make sure I get this right. So 1920 times by 10 bags. Okay, 19,200. Okay. So I can come into here. And there, remove money, 19,200. There we go. So I'm not technically cheating. Oh, actually, to be honest, they've got a little bit extra out of me because obviously there's about 400 litres, not quite there. So, but yes, how is everybody? Hopefully well this week, today. Obviously, I won't be streaming tomorrow because we're actually going away and it's obviously Thursday. Usually my day off. But yeah, we're going to head off out to, I think it's Whiteley Shopping Centre in the UK. It's just actually the next junction down from us, so it's not too far to go. Don't know if Mr. Jers knows it or anybody else who's in the UK. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. It's basically a big shopping centre type place. Mall, what you want to class it as. Yeah, lots of walking, and the worst thing is I am not the greatest when it comes to doing things like window shopping and stuff like that, so it's going to be torture for me tomorrow. Obviously today was pretty hot. It's the start of another
Billy
heat
is
wave.
a nuisance.
Tomorrow's going to be even
worse. We'll be
worse.
gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
By the way, hello Mr. Hectate and Mr. Farmer Marks. And Mr. Sim Game Matt, thank you very much for that. Mr. Firemarks, thank you very much for the 6 months modding anniversary. And thank you very much for the cheers. Hopefully that came, I don't think that came through, but thank you very, very much for that as well. Much appreciated. And how is Mr. Matt doing today? Yes. I'll have to pop over onto Riverbend, I think. Do my Pepsi factory test because I've got it. I put it down earlier, but I just haven't tested the container side of things. So yeah, just for those who are joining, obviously a little bit of an update. Obviously the juice factory is getting an update this week to add in the containers. They're done. They're checked. I've tested them thoroughly on Riverbend. Works fine. Farmer Marks, thank you very much for that 100 bits. Much appreciated. Yeah, not sure if that other one came through. It didn't show. But much appreciated for both. I'm actually thinking the juice factory might be one of the first proper factories I put down. Obviously, I'm going to need to get things like the mine the mine shaft put down. I'm going to need to get them ironworks put down first. We need to get the pallet factory going. I need to get the sawmill sorted out. There's a lot going on. I may have a little look at the Elm Creek sawmill that we did on Rivers, that little placeable one, and see if we can get that working on here instead of using what is already in here. Because 8 million I think is a little bit expensive, personally, for a tiny little area. I don't know if obviously where I pulled the sawmill out, I don't know if anything changed with that. I'll have to load up a fresh save of Judith Plains just to see whether that is what it actually costs for the sawmill. But yeah, 8 million seems quite high, and I'm not quite sure how I'd go around reducing it. I know somewhere in the farmlands you can change some of the numbers, but not quite sure what plot number they're on. Alrighty, so this is now limed. We're getting the first application of fertilizer on it, which is going to do a quick go and throw over. It looks like I might need to do potentially a second one to get it up to the green, but if it's good, we will be fine. There we go. And I'm going to have to scroll back up through chat in just a sec. But yeah, hopefully Mr. Farmer Marks is good. I just to let you know, I was able to keep my 120 stream streak for the minute. But yes, I really need to get in and see a live show of yours, young man. Yeah, I was able to watch those 3 minutes on your VOD from last night. That kept it, so yes, it's good. It's good. Tonight, oh yeah, you're planning on. Are you planning on when I finish going live, or are we going to have another Mr. Wheels stream? Don't know yet. Here we go, and I think it's just up the middle. It's great watching Mr. Wheels actually, because you get to see his side of things as well. And obviously he's just started out as well. But then you got the opposite end of the coin, or the opposite side of the coin, I should say, where you got Mr. Farmer Marks, who's been on the map for quite a long time. He's got tons of fields all set up with productions on it and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun. There we go, I think that's it. All done. There we go. Didn't use too much, so that's good. I actually dropped it down to like it was I think I had it like a 0.25% usage, so quarter to what the game basically has. I actually dropped it down to like 0.001 or something like that. So hopefully you shouldn't go through too much lime or fertilizer when doing fields. So I've got to test it all first. Not sure yet, Mr. Farmarks. Okay, I might stream or factory squad with PJ. Stay. Not sure. Okay. Okie dokie. Obviously, if you're live in 2 hours, we'll see. Otherwise, we might be shoving you off to someone else. I have no idea. But yes, actually, while we're coming up here, we will have a little look at the bales, because obviously these are the ones I got off the contracts that I've done. I'm not quite sure if they'll be ready yet. 99%, 71%. Okay, so the ones at the front are almost there. See, I don't know. I might get a few cows just to get started until I've got enough silage bales to really do a proper herd. May end up actually purchasing one of these bigger fields and just grass it. Obviously, I do have some alfalfa and dry alfalfa, so I might be able to use them as well. But I also want to get some sheep and goats sorted out. Now, I do have obviously the barn over in the distance there. I also actually now own, and go pop down there in a minute, another plot of land. I actually bought I got a cheap deal. It's about 260 something on the blue farm, I suppose, as Mr. Farmarks called it. Took a drive down there in a sec, and I'm going to give you an idea of what I want to do down there. Let's see. Plop you there. Actually, I could have gone down there because I was literally next door to where I was. But let's grab my truck and we'll take a little drive down there. Where the heck's my truck gone? Oh, right there. I didn't take it back, did I? I was checking something last night. So, yes, I have a new plot of land. It's all the way down the bottom of this road. It was a former farm. Not anymore. Obviously, with the contracts, obviously, I set it up so I do get that little bit of a bonus knockoff for purchasing. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it was only around about 260 something, I think it was, to purchase 260,000. But it's a pretty good plot of land. So I ended up getting this whole area over here, which was the farm area itself, plus the house across the road, which I may end up getting taken away. I'm not sure yet. I might leave it there, along with this sheep shed as well. So what I was thinking, maybe putting sheep in the other one, could put goats in there, and maybe in the future have some alpacas on here too. Don't know yet. Depends on whether or not they work on other maps, which I'm sure they should do. But yeah, this whole area, this little farm right here, is what I own, all the way down to the bottom, plus this little area down here, which was the cow barn, or the cow shed down here, which was also removed. Obviously the fence is still there, so it's a big old area, I will say. It might make a better starter farm, to be honest, than what we've got up there by the BGA. I may end up moving, I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. But yeah, it's literally right here. So plot 135, and if I click on it, you can see. So you're literally getting all of this over here, and literally all of that is a big old plot of land. So 8.02 hectares. Now it says original value 481,368. Obviously I did get that discount because I was doing the contracts, so I did get a lot knocked off, so that's why I grabbed it. So yeah, there's a whole lot right there that I could do with it. I was kind of thinking is putting down like the juice factory in some of the productions here. Obviously if I got rid of the fence there, I could literally stretch it right down to there, so I could literally set up this whole area just for productions to start off with. Also, we've got, I don't know if I own any of the woodlands there. If I do, I could potentially grab some of the wood from there to put into a sawmill. Might be worthwhile doing, but I'm not quite sure if I do or not. That's the only problem. Actually, let's have a little walk down now. We've got the trees on here, not many, but what I could always do is actually plant some trees and grow them. Obviously, it will take about, what, 19 in-game months, I think it is, for, like, the spruces, for example, to grow. I don't know if the spruce is even on here, thinking about it. I never actually looked. Tree saplings. Where would that be? There. And of interest, obviously, I had to use the bigger palette, but we got the elms, aspen, beech, cherries, elms, pines, Scotch pines, oak, hickory, apple trees, really. American elms, aspen, beech. Yeah, so they don't have my favorite. They don't have the spruces in here. How rude. But yeah, we'll have to figure out something. Maybe some ponderosa pines or something. We could set up a nice little field down the bottom here, maybe. Let's have a little look. I'm not quite sure whether or not I can chop them down, because it is literally, looking at it, right on the edge of the map. Let's have a little look. I don't even think I own a chainsaw yet. I got the light. Nope. Okay, let's have a little look. Chainsaws. They are... Where the heck is that? Oh, there. Right at the bottom. Let's buy a chainsaw. Let's go with this guy right here. Yes. Okay, right. Chainsaw, let's have a look. Can we chop you down? It looks like we can. Okay, we can definitely chop there. How far back can we go? You are not allowed to cut that tree down. So, okay, okay, we got a few there. Out of interest, can we purchase this back area at all? No, doesn't look like it. Be nice if you were able to buy these little slots. I don't know if you can, because it's got so much trees and decorations. Yeah, I could probably take away this fence. Then around this bottom area where I am here, maybe set up a little like tree farm, which can then go into this sawmill. Is there a foresty area? We've got that there, haven't we? See, that's it. So out of interest, so 1,709,112. I could buy that with a 42% discount for 991,284. So, out of interest, how much to buy this sawmill now? See, it still says 8 million. That I am reading that right. 8,918,208. Yeah, that seems a lot for the sawmill. In comparisons to that. I think there's something. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well. Now I don't know if something got nerfed when I was messing around with the sawmill there, but I don't think so because it's weird. I have interest. How much would that be? See, that's only 300 there. I don't know exactly how much you'd get out of it, but looking at that, maybe not that much land. See, I think the land there is quite big around the sawmill, so it might be reasonable. But we've got this area right here, just out of interest, which is a whole load of nothingage. Oh, let's get rid of that. See, that's just the open lot right there. See, this is an area that would make a nice little placement area. Where are we? Nope, I don't want super strength, I want flight mode, just so we can go up a high. So yeah, if you're ever looking for a nice area for maybe some factories to go down, that would be a nice little spot to start off with. Obviously, you've got the woods behind here. This is the sort of area I'd be looking at buying. But looking at the trees, they're kind of... they're one of those forests where it's all higgledy-piggledy. See, the pines there, they're not too bad. But all these little decorative ones are a pain in the behind. Why couldn't they set it all up? But yeah, this is obviously the issue right here. This guy. This is the issue, the sawmill. It's so friggin' expensive, you can't actually own it. And it's not the biggest either. But I think it comes with quite a bit of land farm marks. I know you own it already, don't you? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You're probably getting a lot of this woodlands actually, thinking about it. Up here. So, but yeah, do they not have a proper forest on this map, or is all that mixture crap? Jeez. Oh man, I hate mixed forests. They're not proper forests in my opinion. Oh man. Ooh, pond. You tried getting water from here, Mr. Farmarks? Out of interest. I know you got the mod for getting water. I don't know if you tried down there. I I know I was trying, is it this one here, or the one further up? To get the water out and couldn't get the trigger popping up. Yeah, oh, so yeah, I know you made your own. You gotta grow your own? Oh, what, out of interest, here you go. What trees are you guys actually using? Are you using the Ponderosa Pines? Because I think they're the more straight ones. But yeah, that's a good amount of field. Obviously, if you take up to that right here, that is how much farmland I gathered. So yeah, I could quite easily take, say, this little section right here at the bottom, depending on how far it goes. You got spruce mod. Can you send me a link for that? Because I do like the spruces. Yeah, I could take a little area at the bottom here, turn that into a spruce forest or farm, and then the rest of this going up to there could be turned into a nice production area. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit of landscaping, because if I come down, you can actually see that it's slightly raised. So may have to do a little bit of smoothing, tucking. Oops, sorry, I just went straight to that house. I own it. I might rent this house out. Now there's something they could do with, come up with a mod that allows you to rent the extra houses on your properties. I don't know if there is one. But yeah, this is going to be the juice factory, and obviously sawmill down the far end, pallet mat factory. I'm kind of thinking I might remove that flag now. And probably this sign here. I'll probably leave that one on because it's part of the road system, really. And I can give you guys a update. Now the thing is, so this is something for you guys. Obviously, if I do take that out, I'll put out the update for you guys. Now the thing is, do you want these two left here as well? Because technically they're actually connected to this farm. Obviously there's a sheep barn, shed right there. You got a second house plus all the decorations around the house there. Do you want it kept, or would you prefer removed? I know I'd probably keep it myself. I like this shed, not really the house, and yeah. Be nice if they actually had this is a mod, a placeable mod. Because I know, yeah, because you're not even up to here yet, are you yet, Mr. Wheels? I know you're still working on the starter bits and pieces. Bye for Mr. Fireworks. So yeah, you've only got like a couple of fields that I've got as well. Yeah, if they had a mod with this shed as an animal pen, then that would make it easier, I think. Where you could actually place it down yourselves, then draw out the fence and all that. Yeah, it seems like every farm has pretty much the same style building, Mr. Wheels, but obviously different colours. So yeah, you've got a cow shed right here, which I do plan on using. Hey MacGyver, how you doing? And obviously this one over here is like your sheep, your goats in this one, which is the one I was planning on using myself as well. So yeah, any of the others up here anyway, I think could potentially just go. Obviously I already got rid of the cow field from the other one, so I could technically just take the sheep one away as well. I don't remember seeing I haven't seen any pigs up this way though, thinking about it. So that was a cow field. Okay, what I'll do after the stream, because I don't think I'll be able to load up the map while streaming. What I'll do is I'll remove this sheep barn and the shed there, the house, I should say, along with all the decorations around it. I'll probably remove the sign as well, because it's technically not going to be needed now. So we'll take that snow cap off. Yeah, all of that could be removed. I won't be physically removing it, it'll just be dropped down below the map, so it's still technically in the map. So that lot will go. Then over here, yeah, I'll get rid of this American flag. I'll get rid of this as well. And obviously you can delete these fence panels yourselves, so you should be fine. Okay. You wish it was a pig shed? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a pig shed yet on here. Thinking about it, it's all been cows and sheeps. Out of interest. How? Yeah, but how is Mr. MacGyver? Long time no see. Let's have a look at one of these other farms quickly. So we got that, which I would say is what, a sheep? Let's have a look. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's either sheep or cows. Yeah, that's the same as the sheep one. So there's sheep. Do they not have pigs in Montana? Is that what it is? Over here we have. Oh, that could be a pig one actually. Is that a pig? I don't recognize that building. Yeah, that one could be a pig barn. I'm not quite sure. It was by the beach. Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, it was literally on the road, wasn't it? Yeah. Now I remember it. Yeah, and that's obviously the cows or something, or horses. I don't know. But yeah. See, it's when you get into doing the modding for other people, you start losing your mind and forgetting what was in there. But yeah, right, wrong, enough. Anyway, yes, I'll get things sorted out, and obviously probably Friday I will put out an update. I'll send it over to Mr. Farmarks to make sure it's working, and then I'll give it to you guys on Friday, along with an update to the mod pack as well that I've been working on. Okay, but yeah, if there's anything anybody else does want to get rid of, let me know, and I will see if I can clear it. Like, for example, if anybody wants to get rid of a shed, or anything like that, let me know. Right then, so yes, that's gonna be something for me to do. That's something for me to do. So I think that's all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm kidding. Only kidding. Right, let's set to walking. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what I did by mistake. Oops. Walk. Why are you not allowing me to walk? Oh yes, we're not in the arc. That's why. Got to turn it off that way. Mr. MacGyver is good, and stop gaming 72 now, and replace my old PC with a MacBook Neo, so now it is watching instead of play. Oh, Mr. MacGyver, no! Just because you're getting on in years, if it's something you enjoy, you should carry on doing it. I plan on playing until I drop dead. Let's put it that way. Even if my hand is shaking really bad like this with the mouse, I plan on still playing at least, or trying to. Sorry. Shouldn't do that, should I? But actually, to be honest, at the minute, obviously contracts. So, I think what I'll do, I'm going to jump over to Riverbend. We're going to do some testing. Still fishing and do till drop dead. Yeah. Oh, out of interest, you're river fishing, aren't you? Or is it sea fishing? Obviously, I've done a lot of sea fishing in the past. Hence why I live right on the beach. It's quite nice. But I have recently been kind of thinking of possibly looking at maybe doing the old trout and the pikes type fishing. I don't know. Yeah. I have been considering heading over in that direction for doing stuff. What I would class as old man fishing. The only reason I say that is my ex-brother-in-law a few years ago took up river fishing and lake fishing. And obviously he's catching a lot of carps and trouts and pikes. So yeah, I every now and again when we speak, I actually call him an old fart and stuff. It's kind of funny. He's actually about 3 years older than I am, so yeah. It's funny. I love taking the mickey out of him at times. That would be hard to watch. Yeah, that is the only problem, Mr. Wheels. Yeah, if you get the like arthritis, for example, and you're trying to do it, yeah, it would be very easy. I suppose holding the camera like this all the time. But anyway, so let's do a quick update. So for those just joining, obviously we've got 2 new things coming in. Obviously we're going to have the seed maker and the solid fertilizer maker coming from Rivers. I prefer the individual ones, but if you want to use the combined one, I might throw in if I can do the combined one as well, I will do the process station. I know Mr. Firemarks has been using it already over on Judith Plains, but yes, I like the individual ones. I've got them up and running already. I might do a little update to the ironworks so it outputs a little bit more metal, because I just realised obviously if all the factories are going to be outputting, or most of the factories are outputting containers, we're going to go through a lot of metal, so I may look to upping that as well as maybe upping the mine shaft to output even more. Obviously it's 20,000 per hour on the mine shaft for the ore, so I think that should actually be fine, but I might up this so it produces a little bit more metal a little bit quicker than what it is already. Maybe the same with nails, I don't know. But yeah, the juice factory I have gone through today, as I said earlier, and added in containers. I've also moved the spawn triggers, so the pallets will now spawn right at the back here. So technically you could actually come here, park there, spawn your pallets out if you wanted to. But if you wanted to do containers, you can do. They're now in the pallet spawn area. I might actually... yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. So yeah, that is good to go. So as you can see, I've got a tropical green juice container right there, and we got a tropical green juice right there. So yes, might take them up just to make sure that they work. So that's the juice container sorted out, error free, so it's all good. I will send it up to maybe Mr. Firemarks just to test to make sure that I got all the textures correctly located, which I'm pretty sure they are. And I just realised I made a oops with the Pepsi factory. I didn't remove the plane on it. We'll get to that in just a minute. We'll take a little drive. We'll get this picked up, and we'll just make sure that these containers can be sold first of all. Farmers market, top of the map. So that's where we're going to head. Actually, let me do a quick something, because that's going to bug me when I get back. Judith Plains, Pepsi Factory, i3D, Pepsi Factory. I think I can. I'm pretty good at loading small things when streaming. So, like for example, the Pepsi Factory, any of the factories, I can do quite easily. But when it comes to a 4x size map, that is pretty much impossible. Obviously, I tried it. Was it last week? You guys may or may not remember. I tried loading it up and ended up crashing the editor. Righty. I need a trigger. Any old trigger just to get rid of that. That one will do. Hopefully. Place balls. Dag nang it. Will it allow me to do it here? Yes. There we go. Look at that. And now, if by magic, gone. Right, so I know all these triggers should work anyway. Now, well, there's 2 little updates actually to this. Where the pallets go in, you will now be able to put in your metal. In addition, if you do have any Pepsi, Mountain Dew, or Wild Cherry pallets spawn out, and you want them to go back in, you can actually put them back into this trigger, okay guys? So then they go into making the containers. The containers side of things, if I've got it set correctly, yep, will now spawn over in this little box here. I'm not quite sure how, if I need to do any adjustments, but I was kind of hoping on getting 2 containers to spawn out, which we will find out hopefully later on. Hey KW, by the way, how you doing, buddy? What I'll do is, while I'm heading up north, I'm going to just fill these triggers up. I already know the triggers work, so I'm not really worried about that. So fill that with water. I know the pallets go in there fine, so we'll just throw the pallets into there. I'll get a metal one in a minute, and I can test that. I got flashing on the field? Do I? I thought I got rid of flashing on the field. Yeah, but basically what that was, it was, I added a plane in the i3D, and I forgot to delete it when I came back out. So when I saved it, it saved the plane there. So I just literally deleted it, and it's now gone. So it shouldn't be showing anymore. I don't see it personally. Right, sugar into there. The only thing would be the metal, but what I can do is get this up and running. Here we go. Water, sugar, orange pallets. Yeah, we should have all of that there, so that should be fine. We'll get this going. If there's any issues, that should say, but it's not good. I'm going to keep them on keeping. Once I get at least a pallet's worth, I'm going to just double check to make sure they spawn out fine. And then I can put them back in. Whilst that is running, let me up the time there. But yeah, that's now gone, by the way. Yes. Every now and again, I keep forgetting to remove it. Because I wanted to make sure to get the height for the spawn trigger for the containers, so it wasn't going too high or too low. There we go. But yes, it's back to, it seems like a lot of modding at the minute again. I don't know why. I think if we go this way, we should be fine. Then up the road. Over the bridge and far, far away. I've started to convert them over so they'll be working on any map, Mr. Cope. But yes. Uh-oh, I am being tapped on my shoulder. 1 second, let me mute. My wife is here. Right, be right guys, be right back, sorry I should say. Okay, sorry about that. I am back, and if I scared anybody, I do apologise. Sorry. Hey, Jordy lad, welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. I did hear it as I stepped out. But if you guys don't follow Mr. Culp TV, Mr. Church, or anybody, make sure to click on their links. Give them a follow. I thought Jordy lad, you were following me already, or is it Twitch being twitchy again? Right, let's see over here. But yes, thank you once again for the follow. Sorry, but yeah, so it was basically, I think I'm on the wrong side, ain't I? Yes, it's the other side I need to be on. Yeah, my stepson has a headset, and they couldn't figure out the cable to go in to recharge it. It's weird. They were looking at the wrong socket. Right, there we go. That's good. So they're only partials, but that's not bad. 139 for like about half. That'll do. That's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. They weren't full pallets or containers, you should say. So that's not bad. They sold. That's the main thing. They should be right about, I think it was 300,000 ish, maybe a bit more per container. Yeah, it's weird. Twitch being twitchy, I guess. But yes, Mr. Kelp, I am currently working on transferring, or editing, should say, some of the PV Rivers factories to be used on any map. I've currently got a small mod pack on my Trello that comprises of a few factories, some orchards, stuff like that, to get you guys started with. Each week, should say, I'm going to try and do a little bit of an update to the pack to add in some more bits as we go along. One of the big things with the kind of the final end of line factories, I'm also going to be allowing container outputs, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a bit of metal to get them brought out as a container. It's a 50,000 litre container, so rather than transporting 50,000 or 50 pallets, should say, you'll be able to just do it in one hit and get a slight bonus from selling it that way. Righty. There we go, there we go. Talk about metal. I just need to check that is working. But yeah, pretty much everything that you're seeing here so far is what is in the mod pack. So to give you a little idea, if you weren't aware, everybody, so yeah, like I said, on my Trello, there is a little mod pack I put out last week. It comprises of all of the orchards off of PV Rivers. So they're all there. It's simple to get them up and running. All you need is seed and water. That's all you need to get them up and running. However, if you add in some manure, you will be able to activate a boosted line where it doubles the amount coming out. So they really crack it on. So you've got that. You have a tobacco and a coffee plantation, because obviously this is a coffee factory and a tobacco factory. So they're set up exactly the same as that. So seed, water to get it going, add in manure, and you can do a boosted line. As you can see, I've got quite a few pallets out already. Obviously the initial coffee factory is out, the little one that I did on back in 22. Obviously redid it on 25, so that is out. I will be seeing if I can add in containers as well for this to spawn out on. I may have to take that trigger out a little bit, that's the only thing. Have to wait and see for that. My chewing tobacco factory is in the pack at the minute as well. Obviously you can still spawn out your pallets as normal in the 3 bays. You've got your unload bay there, your spawn areas there, but that last bay, because obviously I had to take the mint chewing tobacco out, ended up switching it out for a container spawn area. And the nice thing is, on the in-game mod hub the other day, this guy came out, which you can use to pick these guys up with. It's kind of nice. Uses the straps. In the pack, in addition, we have obviously the iron ore mine shaft thing, which was off of the Silver Run map. Obviously I pulled it out a while ago, so I've added that in. The only difference is this one will output a lot more. It's about 20,000 litres per hour. So you can use that. The Domino Sugar is going to be coming out this week, which we'll cover later on. Oh, I keep thinking I'm in Arc. I want to go up higher. I can't do it there. The Ironworks, which was also off a Silver Run. This had a slight change. Obviously, you still put in your iron ore there, but you will get obviously your metal out, but also nails. Nails can be used in the pallet factory, which is also in the pack. So yeah, so you can actually make your own pallets as well from nails, planks, and long planks. Obviously, that metal, I may tweak the metal so it's outputting a bit more, because obviously with all these factories coming on, you're going to need a lot of metal. So yeah. But yeah, we've got the juice factory. That's out already for you guys. The only difference is this week it's getting a slight update. So rather than the pallet spawning in that bay there, they'll now spawn over here in 2 rows. And containers will now spawn here, as you've seen earlier. That, and then obviously I'm working on the Pepsi factory, which I know some of you guys grabbed last week. So for anybody that's got it down already, obviously you can still get the pallets. I think is it in there or up there? I can't remember. I know we were planning on putting it back up there, but never got the pallet visuals to work. But yeah, containers are going to be coming out of here. That's what I'm going to test now. Obviously everything's up and running. The only thing I need is a metal pallet, at least one, to test it. So yes. Also, I'm going to be adding in obviously the seed and a fert maker as well. I might even do the process station as well, just so you guys have that as an option. But yeah, I'm going to try and do it a little bit each week. Obviously this weekend, next week is going to be kind of tricky with having the stepsons here. Let's grab you. But I'm doing a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit in the evening, so hopefully we can get on and do most of them. I'm not quite sure which. Well, oh yeah, I wanted to sort out for next week probably Sam Adams, which means I'm going to need to get a hops and cranberry production or plantation or something set up for that. Let's just make sure that goes in there. Oh. Yep, that goes in, so that's good. The trigger's working. Super, super, super. So that'd be for the containers. So we can fill that up using this now, then know that it'll go in. So metal fill. Ready. Quick test. Let's crank that time up so it really produces some. What I'll do is I'll spawn a pallet out of each. There we go, just to make sure that they are warning and error free quickly. Right. So Mountain Dew 1. It spawned. Got a Dew pallet, i3D. Yep, that's fine. No errors. Good, 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 good. Do Pepsi. Same again. That's coming out further down. Okay. And wild cherry, which should be up there. So, yep, the pallets are all good. I'm not seeing any texture issues, so that is fine. Super, super, super. So I can actually put them back in, and I can test that trigger as well while I'm at it. So super strength. So yeah, if you ever want to put these back in to make the containers, you should be able to take it over to this pallet trigger. But as you can see, it will go back in. There we go. So wild cherry works. But yeah, what I probably recommend doing with like the Pepsi factory, coffee factory, stuff like that, is the final product where it's not going to go into anything else. Maybe have it set to keeping and then have it transferring over to make the containers. But like I said, you will need lots of metal for all this. So 2 out of 3 are good. Final one, which is the Pepsi. There we go. Yep. Good, 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 good. Like it, like it, like it. So let's come into here. I need to activate the containers now. So there, there, there. Obviously, once it's got a little bit of a container produced, what I'll do, I can spawn them and I can just test them to make sure they are working fine. There's 1,000. And to be honest, I don't think I need to even worry about the selling side of things, because if one works, the all should technically work. So there we go. So we've got about 2,000 of each. So bring this back up. Let's come into here. So what we want to do is the containers this time. So Mountain Dew container, whatever is available. That is spawned out. I can see over there. That's fine. Pepsi container. I don't know if this is... Oh, it will. Okay, we can do 2. That's fine. Now, can we do the 3rd one as well? Because that would be quite nice as well. No, not enough space. Okay. Yeah. Be nice if they spawned a little bit closer to each other, but that's about right for there. The only thing I do need to do is bring this in quite considerably. Okay. Let's grab you. We'll pop you there. And we'll do that final container of wild cherry. There we go. Yep, they all work. No warnings, no errors, as you can see. So that is good. But yeah, I just need to adjust the size of the box here. So let's see. While we're here, let me open up the i3D quickly. Pepsi factory. Oh, actually, I've got an idea. Might be able to do it a slightly different way. Let's go over to desktop. You can see what I'm doing. Ish. So here is the Pepsi factory that we're working on. There we go. So somewhere over here should be some triggers and such. I think it's that lot. Yep. And it's one of these. That one. Stack that. Let's make them visible so we can see what's going on. Okay. So we can actually compare it to the game. So if I come up here, so we can actually bring that in quite considerably. So if we kind of line this back side up with maybe that grill there, we'll be fine, I think. So if we bring that into, oop, didn't we do that? I just want the one Warren's, that one. So if we bring that into, say, round about, yeah, I think right about there should be fine. Maybe 3. There we go. So we can actually change the back end as well on this side. So that should be 3 there. So that should line up with that now, which it does. So that's fine. Save that. Right, so the front ones, oops, we could bring, I'd say maybe halfway through this other vent there. Should be fine, actually. Yes. You want Coke, Madeira, really? I don't do fizzy drinks anymore. That's the problem. So try to do Pepsis and stuff like that. I don't do that anymore. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay. I got a little sound alert for when Madeira went talk then. Right, that one there. So yeah, I'd say around about the middle should be fine. Say 7. Yeah, I think 7 would be fine on that. Which means this one should be set to 7. Now, the thing is, do I make it slightly longer so you can spawn 3 containers out, or leave it at 2? I think 2 would be fine, because obviously you can only really get 2 onto a flatbed, can't you? So, let's see. How many containers are you going to be moving in one go? You can usually only to get fit. Well, with that trailer right there, you can only do 2 at a time. Unless you're physically... I'm going to leave it at 2, Mr. Jers. I am leaving it at 2, okay? Right, so what I was thinking, to make this a little bit easier, where is this? If I was to pull in the container, and because obviously that's going to give me the size, so that will be fine. We can rotate you back on 0. Pop that there. We can get a rough estimate, so duplicate you. Obviously it's giving a slight gap, isn't it? So let's have a little look. How much? I could probably bring it back a little bit, actually. A little smidgen. Looking at that. Actually, that's around about where I've actually got it placed. That's not bad going. Okay. Yeah, we'll kind of call that as an estimate. Okay, so what we need to do is now is basically take these 2 and bring them in. So if we bring them to around about -12, that should be fine on both of them. -12. Now, before I do anything, let me delete these containers. We'll save that i3D. Oh, I know what I didn't do. We'll hide you again, so they're non-renderable. We'll save that. Close you, close you. Hey, Mr. Lonely, how are you doing? I've got some... Again, what is the mod for the color change and the stuff? Top right. That is called the... is it additional settings mod? Where the heck is it? Oh, I haven't got it on here, I don't think. But yeah, additional settings. There we go. This. Oh, I don't want you to do. I want to do this. 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 So now, if we come over here, hopefully, they're a little bit closer. A little bit further away than I expected. But what I can just do is adjust that. But yeah, additional game settings right there, yeah. No worries. Pepsi Factory, come into here. What I could do is actually just bring that trigger across a little bit. But yeah, no worries. And how you doing, bud, by the way? Pallet spawn. 3rd one. And we'll just nudge it a little bit over there. Save that. May have to do a couple of reloads on this. Let's get rid of you. We'll get rid of you. Let's see if we get a little bit more containerage made. Because I'd like to try and get them to spawn all in that little area if I can. Reload Pepsi factory. And... oh, wrong way. Oh, I think I might have... oh, yes. Also, another thing is when you're doing testing, by the way, if you force a reload of a factory in-game, you got to go back through and reactivate these. I keep forgetting. Go straight. Alright, no worries, go for it. I'll catch you later, bud. Thanks for popping in again. There we go. Right then, let's see how we do. Right. Oh no, I want to do this. So, one container should be okay. Let's try the second one now. There we go. So I just nudged the spawn triggers to the little... oh, look at that. It could do with going a little bit further across, but that ain't too bad. That is not too bad. It's almost within. If I just take it to maybe there, we'll save that. Here we go. It's fun, isn't it? So we've got one container left. So I've just nudged it across a little bit more towards this pillar there on the corner. So let's do that. And let's see. It's all the little fine tuning. That I'm happy with. And hopefully then this container here should be just within the box. That is fantastic. So let's close you. Obviously, as you've seen, the containers, for me anyway, are warning and error free. Also, we got pallets spawning in. That's great. That is good. Good. What else do I need to test? I think that's it for today on here. The only thing, like I said, I might do a tweak to the metal. Let's have a look at this thing, because I don't think it's actually putting out that much. But yeah, the Pepsi factory is done, which is good. So that's the juice factory now set up with containers. The Pepsi factory with containers. Obviously the tobacco one you've got already. So that's 3 out of God knows how many it's going to end up being. Let's have a little look. I know I'm missing materials. Let's see something. Calculator. So if this has material, so it's 380 times by 48. So this should technically be outputting 18 pallets per month. And a little bit. Because obviously that cycles per month. Each container I think I set to about 20,000 per product. I might actually drop that to 10,000. What do you think? 5 or 10,000 for a container? I think 5 would probably be better, wouldn't it? 20. Because I think I've got it set. I got them set up for using 20,000 metal and 50,000 pallets worth juiced, which would mean. So if that's 20,000, I would need to quarter that. And my brain ain't fully working. So 400 divided by 4 is 100. Yeah, obviously. So if I actually drop that down to 100, and I'll do that with the Pepsi factory, the juice factory. Oops. There we go. It'll make life a little bit easier, actually. So that would that be, yeah, that'd be 5,000 for a container, plus the 50,000. That'd be fine. I can do that now. There's that, and obviously if I can get the cranberries back in, that will be added in too. There we go. Metal in that case. I don't think we're going to need that much metal being stored up, so I might drop that down. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 containers. So that's 800. So if I do 800 to 20. Where's the metal? Metal. Yeah, we'll drop that down to 20, so it's not quite as much. There we go. Just to match the pallets. That will work. We'll save that. There we go. It's probably... You're very trusting, Madeira. Let's do the Pepsi factory while I'm at it. So this is only 3 items. Metal... So that's only going to be, what, 300? So I could probably drop that quite a bit. Let's drop it to 15,000. There we go. So it's only 15 pallets worth. That's... I could probably take it even lower, actually. Let's go with 10,000. Set that to 100, 100, 100. There we go. So you're gonna, so your normal recipes obviously gonna be water, sugar, pallets. Depending whether you need orange or cherries as well would be the others. But then obviously once you've made that initial pallet, obviously if you keep it on keeping, you can then transfer it over and start making the containers. That should work a lot better and not use as much metal, which is good. The only thing I will need to do is update the tobacco factory whilst I'm here. And what I'll do is every factory I'll set it up the same way, so it's 1,000 of the actual product with 100 metal. What am I looking for? Tobacco factory. Crud, what's that called? Did I call it chewing tobacco? Well, it was, yes, there. There you go. Just so you see what I'm doing. We'll extract you. And tobacco factory there. XML. If ever I get a mint sorted out, I might reactivate these as well. But doubtful, but I'm keeping it in there just in case. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's 1, 2, well, technically 3, 4. So yeah, I'll have that. There we go. So 10 pallets worth can go into there. That's fine. We'll save that. There we go. There we go. Oh, let's close you. Let's close the game down a sec. And Mamadou's raiding with a party of 9. Welcome in, Mamadou. How's it going, my dear? I was just doing a few edits and such, and I was actually lurking in your stream. How was it today? Hopefully well, my dear. And welcome in, everybody. I'll show you what I've been doing, Mamadou. I've been doing a little bit of modding. It was good, was it? Good. I beat you to it, and look at that. I was actually in the game. I wasn't even paying attention. Dead Soul. You're terrible. But yes, welcome in everybody. I'm just currently working on a few tweaks for the next mod pack, and did I unzip that without, or did I delete that without unzipping it? No, it's right there. So I'm making a few little tweak updates to, okay, that is fine. Some of the stuff in the mod pack that I've been putting out. Yes, let me just double check. Tobacco factory. Metal 100. Yes. That's fine. Okay, let's get back in and have a little final check and show everybody what is going on. Hey, she who dwells, how are you doing, my dear? Welcome in, and yes, if you guys are not following She Who Dwells, make sure to click on her link as well as Mama Do's. They're both content creators, family, if you weren't aware. But yeah, definitely go over and check them out when they do go live. Obviously, She Who Dwells was doing some 7 Days to Die, really. Interesting. But yes, obviously the mod pack I put out last week, I'm just doing a little tweak here, a little tweak there. I've also added in Mamadou, and for those just joining, a couple of new factories for you guys to enjoy this week, which we'll get into in just a sec. So the juice factory is going to be getting an update, Mamadou. I know I don't think you've got it down yet, but obviously these are going to all be working on any map, by the way. But yeah, the juice factory has got containers now coming out of it, as well as pallets. The Pepsi factory that was kind of pushed out last week, obviously that's going to be added into the mod pack, but obviously containers are going to be able to be spawned out of that as well. The juice factory, the container, I've just gone through and tweaked some of the numbers on the metal uses for making the containers themselves. Hey, Preacher Murphy, good afternoon to you as well. Obviously, I'm going to try and get containers coming out of the coffee factory as well before Friday. A new factory coming out as well is going to be Domino's Sugar. Obviously, it's just the base game one that I re-signed. Obviously, this will be adding in the molasses, the yeast, and brown sugar, which will then be used in other factories later on. Well, especially the yeast anyway. Obviously the molasses can go into making the brown sugar. But yes, so the sugar factory that is going to be coming out this week. The seed maker that I've got right here, that's going to be coming out. The solid fruit maker, I should say, my bad. And the seed maker, they're coming out. I may throw in the process station, which is the combined one for you guys who prefer that. This, like I said, I may do a tweak on the metal so it outputs a little bit more, just saying. But yeah, we've got the pallet, the Pepsi factory down here that we've just been doing the test on. We've now got the containers coming out. It's warning and error free for me anyway. Obviously, I'll send it over to Mr. Farmer Marks before I go to sleep tonight, and he can do a little test. So the containers, should say, will spawn basically over here now. Pallets still will be able to come over here if you want to do them individually. Obviously, metal can now go into here as well. So you got pallets and metal into this trigger. You got water over there. You got your cherries, your oranges, your sugar, as usual. Obviously, if you keep the products, the individual products set to keeping. So if I come into here, for example, so this here, this here, this here. If you keep them on keeping, they'll basically keep the product in the factory. Once you add that metal in, like here, it'll then start working on the containers when these have been activated. So yes, great fun. Then you get a nice container of 50,000, up to 50,000, I will say. Obviously, if you've got a partial amount like these are, so like for example, I've got 16,000 there. I've got 16,000 there, 16,000, so just under 2,000. So you can literally spawn them out, whatever. You'll take some wild cherry, yeah, Pepsi? There's a 16,000 litre container right there of wild cherry. See, the one thing is, I was thinking when I first started doing these containers back on rivers, is to customize them so it actually showed like a wild cherry bottle or something on the outside, but it's a little bit too tricky, in my opinion. So I ended up just using one visual, but obviously the 3 different product types are using the same visual. So I set it up just for Pepsi, and it works fine. I like it. So that is good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I think having it set that little bit lower on the metal is definitely. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to look at. I could probably do it here actually. So 1,000. Yep, that would be fine actually. 24 cycles per month. If obviously it's days, that's going to be 24. Yeah, so 24, 48. So it takes at least a couple in-game months before a container starts spawning technically. Mind you, I got a full. That's a full one, that is, by the way. Would it be better if I doubled that up so you had a lot more? I don't know. See, that's the thing. Then you may need to have more metal. Oh, it's like one of those vicious cycles. I might leave it as it is. See how it gets on. Maybe down the road, we may end up doubling the cycles on that. But right now, obviously, I want you guys to really get them up and running if you can, and go with it. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. That's good. So the mod pack is slowly expanding. Yeah, obviously tomorrow evening probably I will work on the coffee factory. That should be a fairly easy thing. Yeah, and then you guys can have it Friday, along with maybe an update to the map to Judith Plains as well. But yes, you're very welcome. But yeah, how is Mr. Preacher Murphy? I know you've been helping out Mr. Farmer Marks in the mornings. Let's get back onto here and do some work, shall we? Start. Oh yeah, because I had that one mod. Yes, if you're not following Mr. Preacher Murphy, make sure to click on that link, give him a follow. He tends, if you're unsure of who he is, he tends to do a lot of like farm sim, ETS. I think he does a little bit of ATS. He's currently doing that, is it Road Crafter with Farmer Marks and a few of the other people that he knows, Icarus, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of different games. Here we go. We'll get on the game screen. Road Crafter, yeah, that's the one. Not my kind of thing. Snow Runner, Mud Runner, can't stand. There literally is 10 minutes and I'd be rage quitting. And obviously that's another one that's on the same sort of lines. I just don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. It's crazy, but yes. Anyway, back to Judith Plains. Testing done. Actually, what I could do is zip those couple up for Mr. Farmer Marks and send them over to him for testing. He's become my unofficial tester. Right, he's already got the tune back. Oh, that's only getting a slight update. So, Juice Factory. Let's do that. I'll zip you up. There. And media fire. Testing. We'll throw that onto there. Replace that one because I did do a little update to that. There we go. Juice. Pepsi Factory was the other one. Wasn't it? Now I'm going to leave the Pepsi Factory named as it is. I was going to initially put BAM to the end of them, but I'm going to leave them as they are. There we go. Pepsi Factory up there. that's all completed. So I can delete that one. I can go into there, and let me just do this final one for the chewing tobacco factory as well. Copy you. Because that, yeah, I think the 100 is going to be fine. Shouldn't have too many issues with that, so just put that into there, replace, done. There we go. Super, okay. Right, let me send these over to Mr. Farmer Marks quickly, just so he can do a little bit of a test, because I know he's been working hard when he's able to. Discord, where are you there? We'll get in and maybe do some farming in a minute. Right, juice factory, we'll copy that to there. So Mr. Farmer Marks, if you are out there, I'm sending you 2 factories to do a quick test for those containers to make sure they're fine, if you're able to. One is obviously the juice factory, and then the Pepsi factory as well, mainly just for the containers to make sure that they are linked correctly. I know what I'm like, I can every now and again forget to put things in the right place, which I think he found out the other day as well with something. Actually, it turned out it was actually the yeast pallet. He spawned out some yeast pallets from that little sugar mill that I showed you on Riverbend that I done. And the top of them had no textures. It was actually because of snow coming down off of the sky. It actually accumulated over the top of the actual pallet, so you couldn't see the actual logo and stuff. Right then, Judith Plains again. So yeah, Mama Dude, just so you're aware, I'm probably going to be putting out a little bit of an update for the map again on Friday. This is kind of like a kind of more me, but more everybody else's, I guess. But I'll give you an explanation of what I'm going to be doing. So down here at the far end of this road, if you ever get onto Judith Plains, so we've got this farm right here. I'm actually going to be removing the American flag. I do apologize, everyone. I'm going to be removing the flag. I'm going to remove this little sign here, as well as everything over here apart from the trees, obviously. So the shed's going to go bye-bye. The house is going bye-bye. All the decorations, the sign here is going to go bye-bye as well. It's all actually part of this farm. Because what I want to do is turn this little area into a kind of a small industrial area. I may end up even buying this field to include in it, but yeah, it's going to be kind of down here and all through this field here. I am planning on putting my own little spruce farm. If Mr. Shawnee was able to send me the mod, I will have to get that downloaded and I can get some tree saplings planted. Is that on the in-game mod hub, Shawnee, by the way? So yeah, that is going to be just a tiny little update for them. Or for the map. Right. You're trying to find it? Okay. There we go. That is now 5,000 litres of silage. Silage, that's good. They can now go into my storage, 5.5. These ones are going to be a little bit further, they're 82% fermented. But yeah, I can put them all into there, that's good, that's good. Let's go grab a couple of things. So, I want a telehandler brought down here. I think maybe the Fent this time. I'm thinking the Fent or the JCB. Alrighty, well, actually, I might go with the JCB. Yeah, no worries, Shawnee. Yeah, I might go with the JCB. I haven't used the JCB in a while. I think it was the beginning of FS22 I really actually used it. So let's buy you. And we'll grab a bale fork as well, because that's primarily what it's going to be getting used with. That That one should be fine. By you. Actually, oh, there is something I do need to look at some point. Sugar beet fields and contracts. Do we've got a few there. Actually, deselect all. Bring that back. So we've got 45, 5, 18. They are ready. Oh, and 23. Well, see, if I can get the sugar factory placed down over here, I can get that starting to make the yeast and all that. Is what I was kind of thinking. Out of interest. Harvest. See, I've got carrots, I've got onion, cotton, parsnips, green beans. Can we bring any more in? Parsnips, millet, cotton. See, I'm not seeing those fields coming in yet. See, I could quite easily just go down and harvest it and field flip it. But yeah, I'll say that's something I want to try and get done fairly soon, I guess. Right. Right. Do you have any cables? Nope, probably not. I decided to turn my joystick off because it kept messing around with other, like the auger pipe end, the angle of it. So I decided just to remove, turn it off for the minute. Let's turn it back on because I do find it works well with like things like telehandlers and wheel loaders. There you go, that's a little bit better. I also need to get my wheel back up and running. It's on my desk here at the side, but I keep forgetting to set it up when I go live. And yeah, so joys of doing lots of testing. You tend to just use the keyboard and mouse because it's a lot easier. It's only when you get into the gameplay itself you start thinking, oh, I should have the wheel sorted out, I should have this sorted out, and that sorted out. And Mr. Big Tigger is in the house! How's it going, Big Tigger? Thank you very much for the Godzilla roar. Yes. Oh, by the way, where is it? That K-pop Demon Hunters Golden sound clip is banned in Russia. Oh jeez. Angry Panda! Thank you very much for the T-Rex roar, by the way. Yes, I've had it up on YouTube a couple of times now, where it's played during the stream. Look at this. Cows! Flying animals. We've got a whole field. Yeah, I never looked at the animal dealer about that. But yes, how is Mr. Angry Panda doing? And welcome in. Did I change it over? Yes, I did. If you guys are not following Mr. Angry Panda 2679, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow. He is formerly known as Nuts a Grumpy Dwarf, by the way. If you're not following him already, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow. You know you want to. How's the farm's going? Okay, we're now into October. All of the current fields that I've planted are all great on the lime, on the fertilizer, so that's good. I did purchase what was the blue farm at the end here. Obviously, because I've actually gotten rid of it already, I'm actually going to turn it into a little production area. I'm planning on having like a little area set up for growing some spruce trees or something, some saplings for going into possibly the Elm Creek sawmill off of PV Rivers. I'm going to try and get that sorted out. Maybe this week? I don't know yet. We'll see. So that's got a bit of a work in progress, which is kind of nice. There we go. Let's get some of these bales off of here. That's fine. But yeah, things are definitely plodding on. Got my eyes on trying to get some sugar beets sorted out for a sugar mill. Obviously, modding wise, if you missed it, Mr. Big Tigger, obviously the Pepsi factory, the juice factory, and obviously the tobacco factory off of Rivers are now the first 3 factories completed. That will output containers as well as pallets from them. So that is good. Just waiting on AOK from Mr. Farmer Marks if he is still about. I have no idea. For that, so he tweaked the amount of metal needed for them. So rather than it being what 20,000, it's now going to be just 5,000, wasn't it? Set it to, so should use a lot of less metal, which is nice. But yeah, maybe in the future might up the amount of metal produced in the ironworks, but we will see. But yeah, I'm thinking sawmill, pallet factory, all of that down that end there. Yeah, as it's beginning of October now, yeah, I guess it should really start getting into doing some contracts at some point, but oh heck. Come on, get off my fork. There we go. Lying thing. But yes, oh good. But yeah, how's your farm doing, Big Tigger, by the way? Have you actually come over to 25, or... Because I think you keep going on about this. I think you might be on this map. I think with the amount of knowledge you've got. Heck, didn't mean to do that. Overshot it. There we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So, actually thinking about it, I do need to get a feed mixer at some point, a TMR mixer, I should say, sorted out for over here. Got plenty of straw, got a few bales of silage now. Just waiting on that second lot to ferment, and then that lot can come over here. I do have, like I said, some alfalfa and dry alfalfa, which I'm hoping can be used as a substitute for like hay and grass, for example. Oh man. I must see if I can catch Mr. Casket when he goes live to see what you guys are, or he's had it edited to it. Because I'm pretty, yeah, I think I heard, was it yesterday? Yeah, he was able to get someone to heavily edit the map. It'd be interesting to see just how much he got changed. You're okay. Back. I'm always behaving, Mr. Wheels. I am. But yes, we're back at doing a little bit of farming for the minute. So we've done all the testing so far, all good. Just waiting on a OK from Mr. Farmer Marks. And then that should be good for you guys for Friday. Yeah, just got to finish off the coffee factory, and if I can get the sawmill sorted out, which should be an easy enough edit, I'll see if I can get the Elm Creek sawmill sorted out as well and added into the pack just as an extra something for you guys to use. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I've got food for... have you ever done animals in Farm Sim? That would last maybe a couple of months if lucky, depending on how many animals I'd have. This would last maybe a day on the cows and on rivers. Oh, crud! There we go. Nope, missed it. Come here. There we go. I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. Yeah, let's put it this way. I have a TMR mixer for my water buffalo, and its current capacity is 250,000 litres, and just the buffalo alone go through that a month. So that's just saying, and obviously the pen itself holds, I think it was a couple of hundred. They go through a lot, is one thing I will say. Go. Yes. Cows are pigs. One nice thing I could always... The other thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but obviously if you can get their health up to like 100%, they do seem to go through a lot more product, should we say? So you kind of have to have a good amount in storage all of the time for the silage, the hay, straw, obviously extra straw for bedding. Obviously straw is easy enough to get hold of, that's fine. It's just the silage and the hay, that's the bigger issues. There we go, so that is fine. You've never had so many cows? Oh, okay. Well, these pens here hold about 500, so we'll have to see just how much they go through on food. So that is going to be the fun part. I do kind of like the cow sheds. I do. And I'm pretty sure they're very similar to the ones that X-Man was using on Uncharted, so I'm pretty sure there should be a mod of these somewhere. So I could technically take them out. The only thing is obviously the slurry pit down the side there. But yes, how much is that so far? So I currently have 500,000 litres of straw. I got 198,000 litres of alfalfa bales. I've got 152, almost 153,000 of alfalfa hay, which is obviously dry alfalfa. And my silage that I've just put in there isn't even showing up. Why is that? Why is my silage not showing? Oops, hit the wrong button. That's weird. Looks okay. So I've used this on what you call it, Kin Leg, and I've had an issue with the silage not showing up. May have to look into that. Oh well, I'm sure I can figure out how much was there. One sec, my wife just came in. Alright, sorry about that. I am back, and how are you doing there, PJ Trep? Welcome back. If you guys are not following PJ, make sure to click on her link, give her a follow. Haven't seen you playing in a while, but yes, I have found my farm again. Yes, I've been back to farming for about a week now. Because of what's going to be coming out in the end of October. Yes. The reason there's 2 lines of each there, by the way, Madeira. One is the input side and one is the output side. For some reason it doubles it up rather than keeps it into one. It's a weird thing, I don't understand it. Well, yeah, if I come into here, for example, yes, see, you got the input materials there and the output materials. Yes, of interest. Of a hay, straw. Yeah, I have no idea. Something funky tap into my bales. I think I've got a backup of it anyway, so I could always load it back up and figure out what's going on. Let me see. I've got too many triggers there. There shouldn't be all that many, I don't think. Should be a bale trigger and the extra fill root node. That should be the. Why is there one? There's an extra trigger there. It looks like there might be another one underneath there. Something's weird. It seems to have gained an extra trigger. Obviously, this little one right here, that one here, that is the info trigger. But yeah, for some weird reason over here, I've gained an extra trigger. I'll have a look at it. I'll see if I can find that out and get it sorted out for next week, so, or the end of the week. Next time. There we go. Right then. Because yeah, I don't think you need a pallet. Because I don't think you need a pallet trigger with just bales, do you? So, yeah, so I've got that. I've got... Ooh. No, because that is just straw, hay, grass, silage, alfalfa, dry alfalfa, clover, dry clover in here, or hay. Yes, I've put alfalfa and clover into this, as well as their dried variations. I'm still testing it to make sure it's all working, but for some weird reason my silage has disappeared. So I'm going to have to look at that. Obviously, when I'm happy that it's working, I might put this one out. At the minute, it's 500,000 per bale type. So yeah, might put it up a bit higher. I don't know yet. We'll see, but I will figure that out. Don't worry. I will figure it out. So I think what we'll do, as we've only got a couple more minutes to go. Let's have a look at the sheet. The chickens. The chickens are fine. They got food. Good. Health is up to 100%. They are producing eggs, which is nice. Obviously, it is 500, so they are maxed out. So I shouldn't get any baby chicks coming through this one. But what I might do is replace this at some point with a better pen. Not fond of all these animals spawning out here, there, and everywhere on the fields. We got one of those to disappear. I think it's that one, isn't it? We'll be going bye-bye. See, that's another thing. Why couldn't they have fixed the picture on these so they actually represent the actual shed by the animals? I don't know. But yeah, let's have a little look. Let's have a look. So far there's nothing for sugar beets in there. So in that case, I'm going to steal one of these fields for the minute. 596. That's a 6.7. Actually, hang on. Helps if yeah. 6.7 hectares. 6.7. So I think I'll go with the biggest field. I'm gonna buy it, harvest it, and then I'll just sell it off. One nice thing, this is a little cheat, I didn't even think about this. So obviously you just see me buy that for just a couple of hundred, didn't you? Obviously if I was to sell that, I get the full amount, so it's a bit of a cheat on making money. Just saying. Right, so sugar beets. I do have that, but I do have this guy still, but it doesn't do the sugar beets. Okay. That one. Let's lease this guy in pink. I don't think I've actually ever put this guy out. We'll go with a bit of purple for those who like it. Configuration. And we'll go a bit of a track on this one. Work with default 10 meters, 20. We'll head up to whatever the big 50. Well, 50 meters, that'll be fine. I'll do the million capacity, so that should be more than enough. Lease. Very unrealistic is all I can say. Right, so that is ready for me right there. Right. Oh. Heck, I could probably do all 4 fields and still have some left over. Tag place. This thing. So if we follow the road all the way down to the bottom, then turn up there. That should be good. Yeah, I was actually working with trying to get this thing to work with the AI properly on each of the crop types, as well as adding in other crops along the way, potatoes, stuff like that. And I just could not get the thing to work properly with the AI. I was also throwing off a error. I think it was with the potatoes for some weird reason. Just wouldn't work. It's weird. Yeah, I could actually activate it and I could work the field myself, but for some reason the AI just didn't want to work it. It's like annoying. It really is. It's kind of a nice little compact harvester. I should really use it a little bit more. Oh, and I had a little look into the XML, well, for the harvester, that Colossus, and I might have missed it, but I didn't see anything for changing the work speed or the speed on it. Actually, I was just thinking, was it the header then? The attachment. I'm trying to think if it was the attachment or if it was the actual harvester that had the speed difference. Work speed. Okay, there it is. That's what I've been looking for. So, interesting. So, this right here allows you to adjust and override the work speed, so you can actually have it set to a higher or lower amount depending on your harvesting option. I'll see, for this it would normally be in here, but yeah, they've set it up a little bit different over here. It'll override it. People are clever, aren't they? See, I already know how to do that. That's for the work with. So I might have to do a little playing around with that to see if I can get that added onto like a harvester like this, for example. So then you could have it set to any work speed you like. If you want to do it at 10 kilometers an hour, you can do it at 10 kilometers an hour. If you want to do it at 50, you can do it at 50. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice? You could have realistic and semi-realistic and completely unrealistic. But anyway, I think we're going to call it there for today because I do unfortunately need to get off and go sort my wife out. Bless her cotton socks. So with that being said, I'm actually going to just keep driving this down. And yes, let's make a start on this field. Let me just save that just in case. And say a big huge thanks to all you guys for coming out today. Much appreciated as always. Big huge thanks to Mamadou for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheating? Never! I do not cheat and I do not force cheating onto anybody. It's just game enhancements. That's all it is. Cheating, I don't know. But anyway, yes, if Farrell Marks is out there, if he's able to test and let me know how you get on with those two factories I sent, it'd be great. Otherwise, I'll probably see you later when he streams, if I'm around at the time. But yes, I do see Mr. Wheels 24/7, the man, the myth, the legend, is going live now. He is actually doing a factory squad game, whatever that is. Not quite sure myself. I do believe he's actually doing a multiplayer along with, is it PEVs he said earlier? So that should be an interesting one to check out. Maybe a new game for you guys to play. Who knows? But yes, we are going to go over there. Let me get this raid underway. Obviously, I'm going to work on the coffee factory tomorrow. I'll send it off to Farmer Marks as well to make sure that it's all A-okay. I'll do a few edits to the map to just that far end farm. So yeah, we should have a nice little update for you guys this week. Yay! Big hug to you. Yeah, I do. Oh, thank you very much, Madeira. Thank you very much. You need to stream more Farm Sim. I've been there. I've lurked a few times, just so you're aware. But anyway, let's get this raid started. So yes, thank you once again, everybody, for coming in. Thank you very much for the follow from Geordie Lad. Thanks for the biddies, the sound alerts. Andy the Farmer for the 175 stream streak. It's great. Absolutely been a great day. So yeah, have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully it's not going to be too warm, but you never know. I'll be out and about, so think about me. I'll be getting dragged around shops, let's put it that way. But yeah, until Friday, have a great one. Obviously, if you've got any issues, remember to message me with any of the mods that do come out in this little mod pack. Until next time, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you on Friday. Till then, bye for now.